Welcome back. My name is Chanel Nicole, and this is At Nicole's Place. Just to give a few updates, I have been walking again, and I have not weighed myself, so because I wanted to be consistent, which I have been consistent for at least this last month, and I'm getting ready to change my goal, but I basically had to start my steps over again. And what else is going on? I do have new videos that will be coming out soon. I've been planting and moving the dog kennel, and I had a little help, and so new videos will come out shortly as well. And what else? I'm like, what else? Just life. Life has been happening. You know, this has been an interesting week. If you haven't noticed, I'm just trying out a new location to see how I feel about this. I was like, let me just sit on my couch today. So welcome to my couch. I have had a lot of conversations this week about different topics. Rejection and restoration, depression, mental illness, just different boundaries, just different topics. And one stuck with me. One stuck with me that I've actually still kind of been thinking about and contemplating and trying to work through. But what do you do when a relationship you seek is not possible? A lot of times we have different people in our life. We have father-daughter relationships, mother-daughter relationships, son relationships, friends, partnership in life, marriage, you know, those type of things. And recently I tried to have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone. And I genuinely was trying to tell them how I felt. And I was basically telling them that I desire to have a better relationship with them. That's the way it should be. And I want to have a better relationship with them. And I began explaining how sometimes in life, we end up being, for example, a father, but we didn't grow up with a father. So when we have children, it becomes difficult, sometimes, not always, to know what a father is. And vice versa. Mother, if you didn't have a mother growing up, sometimes you don't know what it's like, how it should be to have a mother. And we have a tendency to do what we see or what somebody has taught us. And it just gets passed down from generation to generation. There's no stopping that, except when you have a relationship with the Lord. Because if the devil robbed you of a relationship with a loved one, a father or a sibling or something like that, God is able to teach you how to do the very thing that was taken from you, or he'll restore and replace that relationship so that you actually get to experience what it feels like to have that. So I was telling this person that. I was telling them, I know you didn't have a father growing up, and so maybe it might be difficult for you to depict what that should look like. But you shouldn't just be satisfied. It broke my heart to hear a person say they were satisfied with the father that they got. I understand being appreciative. Of course, Raspberry wants to make her cameo. I can understand being appreciative of where you come from and loving those that are your family members that are in your life. But satisfied is not really a word that comes to mind when I think of a father-daughter relationship. Satisfied. Like my dad, my stepdad, who was my dad, passed away. And when I think about him, I don't think I was satisfied with him being my dad. Because to me, that sounds like the bare minimum. It sounds like the bare minimum. And there's so much more that comes from having a genuine, true father. When I was growing up, there was a period where my blood father was not around. I went through rejection feeling rejected, feeling abandonment, those type of things. And there were some years that was just my mom and I, and I had to deal with that. But when God blessed me with a dad who was active in my life, who would take me out, who taught me how to drive, who we share things together. He would have talks with me, share his wisdom, share his experience in life, just genuinely spent time with me. The word satisfied does not come to my mind. And so I just began asking myself, what do you do when you seek a relationship that's not possible? And this individual didn't even let me finish explaining what I was trying to convey, and got upset instead, which is something that happens, unfortunately. Instead of a person actually listening and hearing you and trying to think, like, where legitimately is this coming from? Like, is this person saying this to hurt my feelings, or are they saying this because they're genuinely trying to communicate with me and express how they feel so we can make things better? We have a tendency to get upset instead. And that's what this person did. And they ended up hanging up on me. And it's unfortunate because they're in a bad circumstance right now. I won't go. It's a family member, so I'm not going to go into all their private lifestyle. But it was just disheartening that we haven't had those type of conversations over the years. And so this season is a time for healing and restoration. And so the Lord has been really having me communicate and be honest. And I'm not talking about brutal honesty, like where you're nasty and mean, because if you're calling yourself a believer, you should not be nasty and mean to anyone. That shouldn't be part of your spirit, even if it once was before you were saved. That old you should leave, and you should develop a new heart and new characteristics. And but I was just being honest about really genuinely wanting to have a better relationship. But that person is not, they're not at the same place as me, and that's okay. That's okay. When somebody can't handle that, you have to accept that. You can't force them to do something that they're not in a place to do. That person is not able to be what it is that I need at this time in my life. And I have to accept that. And so what I do in times like that is I really pray, seek the Lord, and I journal, express my feelings. Even if I can't say it to that person, at least I've written it down and it's somewhere. I've gotten it out. I haven't kept it inside. And I ask the Lord to help me let it go. And then when it's the right timing, that the situation will be fixed. And hopefully it does get fixed, because sometimes people don't have the next day to try to make things better. So why not seek better now? There's more to relationships. There's more to fatherhood. There's more to motherhood. It shouldn't just be like, oh, that's my best friend. There comes a point, yes, when you should be able to become friends with your mother or father, but it's not like social friendship, like with one of your girlfriends or one of your guy friends, or it's not like that. It's a different type of relationship that develops over the years, and it's after you have endured some serious hardships. You have experienced life. You may have been married. You have had kids. You have worked. You've traveled. Like, you have to go through a lot before you actually can say, I'm friends with my mother, and it's the mother-daughter friendship. And so I thought I would just share my thoughts about that and the experience I had and what I do during times like that. And I hope that it's beneficial to you. I hope that you can take something from it. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you agree. I don't know. Let me know. You can comment down below in the description box and give me your thoughts. What do you do when you seek to have a relationship with someone and it's not possible? Until next time, my friends. By the way, I will be live tomorrow on Facebook. I have a Facebook channel at Nicole's Place on Facebook, and I believe I'm probably going to go live. We'll say 6:30. I'll go live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably be talking about my gardening things or any projects that I'm doing outside. I have been working on a lot because right now at Nicole's Place, we are getting ready for Be in Relationship Festival, where we're celebrating the resurrection of Christ. And so the Lord has put it on my heart to have a private event here at the location for at Nicole's Place, my home. And we're going to fellowship. We're going to have praise and worship. We're going to break bread together, and we're just going to wait for the Lord to show up and show out. And I do believe I probably will be airing that live as well on Facebook, at least. So those that can't go can watch on Facebook Live. And so that was invite only. So if you want to be added to our email list, where we send out information about what's going on at Nicole's Place, you can email me, and the email address will be in the description box as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time, my friends, I'm out.